Alright, so let's go over these reactions now. Again, as we've talked about previously, the goal here with these reactions is, to look for the functional group and to look at what the reagents are. So in this first one, we have nitric acid and sulfuric acid. And we know that, based on what we've learned, that these are our nitration reagents. So, as we saw previously, nitration allows us to replace one of the hydrogens on our aromatic ring with a nitro group. In number 2, we have chlorine and iron chloride, and that's an example of a chlorination reaction, which is going to substitute one of our hydrogens with a chlorine. In number 3, we have the hydrogenation. And remember that hydrogenation is one of the sets of conditions we have that converts a nitro group into a primary amine. In 4 and 5, I've now given you the starting materials and I've given you the products. And you need to figure out how do we get from one to the other. So number 4, you can see we've added a bromine. And the way we do that for an aromatic compound is using Br2 and FeBr3. And in number 5, we've added our sulfur group, which we can do with sulfuric acid and heat. Our last two questions are going the other direction. Here's a product. Determine the starting material. In number 6, you can see our product is where we had sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide we know is a base. It can remove acidic protons. And we know where it removed a proton from based on where this sodium counterion went. So we go back to this alcohol. And finally, in number 7, we have our chlorination conditions. There's our chlorine that got added. And so to go backwards, we just remove the chlorine.